Level 1. The fat incel. You are 20 years old, 5'6", overweight, soft-faced, and invisible in the worst way possible. People do not ignore you peacefully. They notice you just enough to judge you. Girls glance at your body, then look away with disgust. Guys smirk when you walk past, and customers at the gas station where you work barely look at your face when handing you cash. Under the dirty fluorescent lights, your acne looks worse. Your double chin looks heavier, and every reflection in the freezer door reminds you that you are the guy nobody wants to become. The only person who makes you feel like you might be worth something is your girlfriend. So you give her everything. You pay for her meals, her makeup, her dresses, her nails, her random online orders, and when she asks for your credit card, you hand it over without questioning her. You convince yourself this is love, because the idea that you are buying her attention is too painful to accept. Whenever you try to hold her hand in public, she hesitates. Whenever you put your arm around her near other people, she gets stiff. And whenever you ask why she never posts you, she says she is private. You believe her because losing the lie would hurt more than keeping it. Then there is Chad, the guy she says you should not worry about. Chad is tall, lean, handsome, sharp-jawed, clear-skinned, and confident in a way that makes your whole existence feel like a mistake. One night, after your gas station shift, she says she is tired and going to sleep early. But something feels wrong, so you call her while walking home under the streetlights. She answers by accident, and for a few seconds, you hear moaning sounds, a bed moving, her voice, and a male laugh you recognize immediately. Then the call ends. You stand there frozen, holding your phone while your stomach drops. A few seconds later, Chad texts you from her phone. She's busy, lil bro. No apology. No explanation. Just those 4 words sitting on your screen like a knife. That night, the old version of you does not die loudly. He dies quietly, standing on the sidewalk, realizing he was never loved the way he thought he was. You go home, open YouTube, and search how to become attractive as a man. You think you're looking for self-improvement, but really, you are opening the first door into obsession. Level 2. The gymsel. The next morning, you do not text her, beg her, or ask for closure. You look in the mirror, grab the fat on your stomach, and feel disgust so strong it finally turns into movement. You buy the cheapest gym membership you can find, walk in wearing an oversized hoodie, and feel like every person in the room can smell your insecurity. The first workout is humiliating. You sweat after 5 minutes on the treadmill, you do not know how to use the machines, and you avoid the bench press because 2 bigger guys are standing near it. But you keep going because pain feels better than remembering. You stop drinking soda, stop eating gas station snacks during your shift, stop ordering greasy food after midnight, and start eating eggs, chicken, rice, oats, vegetables, fruit, and anything clean enough to feel like punishment. You learn calories, protein, steps, cardio, and the basic truth that your body only changes when you force it to. Food stops being comfort and becomes a test you either pass or fail every day. 6 months pass and your body changes. Your stomach is smaller, your face is less round, your arms have shape, and your shoulders finally make your shirts look different. People notice. Your mother says you look healthier, your friends say you actually lost weight, and even customers at the gas station treat you with slightly more respect. You think this is it. You think girls will finally start liking you now, because you're no longer the fat, invisible guy. Then you open Instagram and see Chad and your ex officially dating. The guy she told you not to worry about has his arm around her waist, and she is smiling harder than she ever smiled with you. The caption says, "Happiest I've ever been." You stare at the post and feel betrayed all over again, because now it is not just cheating, it is confirmation. She was never private, never confused, and never tired. She was just waiting to be seen with someone better looking. That is when the gym stops feeling like enough. You have beginner muscle now, but girls still do not look at you like they look at Chad. You're not fat anymore, but you're not handsome either. You are just ugly with some muscle, a smaller stomach, and a stronger body carrying the same broken face. You thought the gym would fix your life, but all it did was reveal the next problem. Level 3. The Looksmaxxer. One night, after staring at Chad's profile for longer than you want to admit, you fall into a YouTube rabbit hole about male glow-ups. The videos talk about haircut, hygiene, skincare, eyebrows, clothes, fragrance, posture, facial bloating, acne, and how most men are not ugly. They're just badly presented. For the first time, you realize the gym was only one piece. Your body improved, but your entire look was still low effort. You start with hygiene because it feels simple. Better deodorant, better shower routine, clean nails, fresh breath, washed pillowcases, trimmed body hair, and clothes that do not smell like petrol and fryer oil. Then you get a proper haircut from a barber who actually studies your face shape, instead of cutting everyone the same way. When he turns the chair around, you still do not look like Chad, but you look cleaner, sharper, and less like someone who has already given up. Then comes skincare, face wash, moisturizer, sunscreen, ice roller, acne patches, and retinol for pimples. At first, you use everything wrong, irritate your skin, panic, and almost quit. But slowly, your acne calms down, your face looks less oily, and your skin stops being the first thing people notice. You shape your eyebrows slightly, whiten your teeth, buy better clothes, learn what fits your body, and stop dressing like you're trying to hide from cameras. For the first time, people react differently. Not dramatically, but enough to notice. A girl at work smiles when she buys coffee, someone from school likes your story, and a customer calls you bro, instead of talking to you like furniture. You are still not powerful, but you're no longer the embarrassing fat guy with no style. You are becoming someone people can look at without immediately looking away. Then you see Chad's story. He is at a club with another girl, his hand on her waist, his face close to hers, while your ex is nowhere in sight. A few hours later, he posts again from a car, and the same girl is wearing his jacket. You realize the guy who stole your girlfriend is now cheating on her too. You expect to feel happy, but you do not. You only feel stupid for thinking Chad was some perfect final boss, when really, he was just a handsome guy who could get away with being terrible. Level 4. The Chad. Another year passes, and now the transformation becomes impossible to ignore. You are lean, muscular, clean-skinned, well-dressed, and your face finally has structure. The fat that buried your jaw is gone. Your haircut frames your face properly. Your eyebrows are shaped without looking fake. Your skin is smooth, your teeth are white, and your clothes make your shoulders look wider. You are not just improved anymore. You are attractive, and the world starts treating you like you finally deserve kindness. The difference is disgusting. People hold eye contact longer, girls smile before you speak, and men who used to ignore you now act friendly, like they always respected you. Customers at the gas station start making small talk. Girls reply to your stories. Old classmates suddenly comment fire emojis. You realize being good-looking does not just make people attracted to you. It makes them assume better things about your personality before you even open your mouth. One night, you post a story after the gym. Nothing crazy, just a mirror photo. Clean lighting, fitted shirt, veins in your arms, jawline visible, hair perfect. 10 minutes later, your ex replies. Then she sends another message. Then another. She says she misses you, says she made a mistake, says Chad treated her badly, says she did not realize what she had with you, and then finally admits what she really means. You look so good now. You do not reply, but you read every message. Part of you feels powerful because this is the moment you wanted for years. The girl who hesitated to hold your hand in public is now begging for your attention through a screen. But another part of you feels empty because her regret proves exactly what broke you. She did not come back because your heart changed. She came back because your face did. For a while, you feel like Chad. You get attention, options, compliments, and people reacting to your body before your words. But the happiness does not last, because once you become attractive, you do not stop comparing yourself. You compare even harder. Now you notice men taller than you, sharper than you, richer than you, and more perfect than you. You beat the old version of yourself, but your brain immediately creates a new enemy. Level 5, the hard maxer. This is where the obsession stops pretending to be self-improvement. You're already handsome, but handsome no longer feels like enough. At 5'6", every tall guy ruins your mood. Every man with a sharper jaw makes you feel unfinished. Every model online feels like a personal insult. You start scanning faces everywhere you go, comparing skull shape, eye area, cheekbones, nose width, shoulder frame, hairline, height, and proportions. You do not see people anymore. You see advantages and defects. Then you find blackpill forums, hard-maxing videos, surgery breakdowns, and transformation threads where men talk about faces like they are prison sentences. They talk about bone structure, facial harmony, maxilla, jaw projection, eye support, limb lengthening, peptides, hormones, and procedures with the calm voice of people who have already lost something inside. At first, it sounds insane, but the more you read, the more insanity starts sounding like truth. You begin doing dangerous things you found online, not because they're smart, but because desperation makes warnings sound like weakness. You try painful bone-smashing routines that leave your face swollen and sore. You use peptides and inject HGH without really understanding what you're doing, because strangers online say it helped them transform. You chase tiny changes, panic when they are not enough, and convince yourself that health is temporary, but perfection is forever. Then come the surgeries: nose, jaw, chin, cheek area, hairline, skin treatments, and anything that promises to remove one more flaw. Each procedure gives you a temporary high, like you unlocked a new version of yourself. But after the swelling fades, reality returns, and another flaw appears. Eventually, you decide height is the final curse, so you choose limb-lengthening surgery, chasing the fantasy of going from 5'6" to 6'2", and finally becoming untouchable. Recovery is brutal. Pain, stiffness, scars, weakness, loneliness, and months of wondering if you destroyed your body for a number. But when it is over, you are taller. Not free, just taller. Your proportions feel strange, your walk feels different, and your reflection looks more altered than improved. You thought hard-maxing would finish the transformation, but it only made the mirror more powerful. Level 6, the ogre. By the final level, people still stare at you, but not the way you wanted. Years ago, they stared because you were fat. Then they stared because you became attractive. Now, they stare because something feels wrong. Your face is too altered, too stiff, too sharp in some places, and swollen in others. Your body is tall now, but your proportions look unnatural. You do not look ugly in a normal way. You look uncanny, like someone tried to create the perfect man and forgot to leave the human inside. The same disgusted looks return, but now they hurt differently because you paid for them. Women no longer smile the way they did during your Chad phase. Men glance at your legs, then your face, then quickly look away. Even your ex, when she sees you one day at a restaurant, gives you the same hidden, disgusted look she used to give when you tried to hold her hand years ago. She tries to hide it, but you notice because noticing flaws is the one skill you perfected. That is when the whole story collapses. You started as the fat guy nobody wanted, became the handsome guy everyone noticed, then destroyed yourself chasing a level that never existed. You wanted to become Chad, then better than Chad, then better than every man in every room. But somehow, you ended up as someone people stare at for the wrong reasons again. That night, you stand in front of the mirror and finally miss the version of yourself you hated. The fat gas station worker was sad, desperate, and humiliated, but at least he was still human. At least his face was his. Now you stare at the scars, stiffness, swelling, and strange artificial reflection, and you finally understand the real horror. It was never being ugly. It was believing that if you changed enough, the pain would disappear. But pain does not disappear when you build a new face over it. It waits underneath, until one day you become everything you thought would save you, and still hear the same question inside your head. Am I enough now? This time, the mirror does not answer.